I'm ready for this to be over. I'm so ready for spring.
A break from the snow gives the Tri-State a chance to dig out, both physically and mentally, from a really challenging week. You know, it's actually been a mild winter, all things considered, but when you get most of the snow and the frigid temperatures all at once, it makes for a really brutal week.
It really does. Last week we set a couple of record low temperatures and saw some of the heaviest snow in years. We may break more records tonight, and it didn't take long to get tired of it, did it? Local 12's Joe Webb has been back out in the elements today to talk to people about snow fatigue. Joe, I'm feeling a little bit of it. How about you?
You know, I am too, and I've got a little model that I built out here that kind of tell you why I think many of us are feeling snow fatigue. I sat down with meteorologists John Gum and Scott Dimick this morning. They told me that we've had 24 inches of snow in Cincinnati this winter season. 8 inches. This little pile right here represents the amount of snow that we got from November, December, January, and the first 2 weeks of February. The 16 inches is the amount of snow that we got the third week of February, what we got last week. So 2/3 of the snow that's fallen in Cincinnati this winter fell in 1 week, and that kind of wore people down. Snow changes routines, the way we drive, the places we walk. And for those who spend their days working outside, the snow and cold are inescapable, and we're on them all day long.
Meals on Wheels.
For the last 12 years, Clinton Vaughn has delivered 30 or more Meals on Wheels a day. He says some winters have been worse than this one, but he can't remember a week worse than last week.
The weather was pretty bad, but I got to them. Even if I got to park my van in the middle of the street and put the flashes on, I'm going to make sure they eat.
He got a meal and some Girl Scout cookies to Bernice Ferris this morning. She's tired of the snow too, but grateful for reliable support.
We really do need the snow to go away. If it wasn't for Meals on Wheels, old people like me wouldn't have food. So I appreciate them for coming to my house.
Vaughn had to dig his van out of the snow this morning and was running a little late. He's feeling the snow fatigue, still rolling and getting the job done.
It was really cold out here, but hey, long as they eat, I'm happy.
Like Clinton Vaughn, a lot of people were digging out for the first time in days. D'Angela Jackson took nearly an hour to get her Avalon out to the street in Mount Auburn. Alex Ramirez had only a scraper on hand to dig out her car.
Absolutely dreadful, especially without a shovel. Definitely. I'm ready for this to be over. I'm so ready for spring.
It takes a village to fight snow fatigue. Videographer Brian Novak and I found a shovel, and with the help of a passerby named Ben, got Alex Ramirez and her dog Arlo back on the road again.
Thank you, guys.
And Rob, there is still plenty of winter left to bring on even more fatigue. But, you know, despite the way things have been around here the last week, we really need to be grateful that we live in Cincinnati. 24 inches of snow in Boston, more than 4 times that much this winter. They've had 100 inches of snow so far. And to picture that, I didn't have the time to pile up 100 inches of snow, but an 8-foot room, a room with an 8-foot ceiling, fill that up. That's not even 100 inches. You'd still have to go 4 inches into the attic to get to 100 inches. So we should be thankful.
Okay, then I will be. That's
Yeah,
good.
all right. It can always be worse.
I'm not quite feeling it, but I'll be thankful. Thank you, Joe.
You bet.